Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Siti Sofia binti Azmi from CS0124B. So this is my ASC302 week 7 activity. The first question given is that changes to family composition prove to be major contributors to financial instability. Young adults living home frequently see a dramatic drop in their standard of living. Interest is also the spread and volatility of income progression in light of changes to inflation and other economic variables. Briefly explain further details about the risk as discussed above. The risk discussed in the question is referred to as expense risk. An expense risk is measure of the sensitivity of the insurance company's liability for the resultant in higher expense rates than charged in the premium. There are 5 expenses risks, and the first one is divorce. This is a major source of financial hardship and is probably uninsurable. The law may compel the better off partner, probably the non-custodial parent if there are children, to contribute to the support of the poorer partner. The second one is property, and people normally accumulate tangible assets as they age, and the most serious loss would be significant damage to a house. Losses to cars, household appliances, and furniture are likely to be less significant but still be worth insuring. Injury against the damage that one's own car might do to other people's property and person is likely to be compulsory in the form of public liability insurance. Next is medical costs. Medical expenses can be divided into several different categories for the purpose of examining their impact on people's financial security. At one end, these are smaller costs such as visits to the family doctor that are unimportant financially to most people. At the other end, there are cosmetic operations and time in luxury hospitals that can be paid for if people have the money. Other than that is interest, and changes to interest rates become a problem when relatively high and volatile inflation leads to dramatic increases in mortgage repayments. Variables or floating rate mortgage loans allow the lender to change interest rates after a short period of notice. If a mortgage loan has a long outstanding term, a significant proportion of the remaining repayments will be interest. A 50% increase in interest rate will therefore translate into a statistical increase in the mortgage payment. And last but not least is inflation, which is the most at risk of inflation are those on fixed income such as the pensioners. And people may be retired for 30 years or more, over which period it is clearly necessary to allow for many unexpected changes in the general level of prices. Next, the second question is the financial risks encountered by individuals in the course of the life cycle can be categorized into 3 categories, which are risk to income, risk from expenses, and risk in savings. There are 3 obvious life contingencies that reduce family income. Briefly explain these 3 income risks. So firstly is death. If some family members are fully or partly dependent on income earned by other family members, the life of the income earner should be insured. The most obvious need is for the support of orphans. The presence of children in the household not only increases expenses but also diverts time from parents' opportunities to earn. Most poverty worldwide is experienced by single-parent families, most often headed by mother with young children. Other than that is disability. Disability leads to a loss of income. There is a need for income replacement whether the disability is temporary or permanent, total or partial. Disabled people need rehabilitation either to recover or to mitigate the effect of permanent disability. Rehabilitation may require special equipment or other provision and need special effort from family, employer, and insurance provider. Many people who have lost the use of limbs, eye, or ears are able to live very productive lives. Such people may, however, be at greater risk of becoming unemployed, especially when jobs are scarce. And lastly is unemployment. There are indications that unemployment may become more of a problem in the future than it has been in the past. The greater efficiency of manufacturing industries worldwide, rapid technological change, and policies encouraging free trade create pressures on companies to be globally competitive. This often means laying off staff in order to cut costs. The need for some insurance against unemployment is probably greater than previously. Without private insurance, people will need to find other sources of support and reduce their expenses. Support can come from family, state assistance, or the drawing down of assets, possibly in the form of an early retirement. And I think that's all from me. Thank you.